Hello students, welcome to Aspire Defense. Welcome to the UPSC NDA quick revision series. Today I'll be taking geography section of the GAT paper, the second paper of the NDA examination. Today I'll be discussing 2025 first phase geography questions of the GAT paper. So we'll start without any delay. Question numbers 86 to 105, I think in the A, okay, set A of the paper, you have geography questions. Geography carries very important, geography and history are the two important subjects that carries very big weightage. Almost 20, 40 questions will come from geography and history alone. So what we do in this series is we quickly revise all the geography topics where the questions are coming from through PYQs. So let's begin without wasting the time. So what we'll do here, we'll see the questions, we'll quickly map the topics, and what you have to do while revising, you have to put a star mark. You have to what you have to do? You have to put a star mark in your revision notes, what you have made for the examination, and revise those topics very thoroughly, because the questions are coming and repeated in those themes every time in UPSC. Okay. These areas are very crucial, and that is where UPSC also focuses on. So we'll deeply go through all these 20 questions. Through those questions, we'll see and map the themes. Chalo, we'll begin. First question, question number 86 in the set A. This is NDA 2025 first phase of the examination. Consider the following lines of longitude and latitude. So the important themes is latitudes. Okay, latitudes and longitudes. You have to know the important lines of latitudes and lines of longitudes. Latitudes, you know, equator, which is 0 degree. Then you have Tropic of Cancer, okay, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, and you have North Pole and South Pole, the important latitudes. Longitudes are the lines drawn. These are the parallel lines drawn. These are the perpendicular lines drawn from North Pole to South Pole. Here you have important prime meridian. These are the lines which shows the standard times. Okay, we have IST, Indian Standard Time. Please in the comment section tell which is the Indian Standard Line, what degree, and is it to the east or to the west? How many lines of latitudes are there? How many lines of longitudes are there? All these are there in your 11th and 12th standard geography books. You have to revise this part because 1 or 2 questions will come every year, every NDA cycle through these topics. So we'll see this question now. So consider the following lines of longitude and latitude: prime meridian, Tropic of Cancer, equator. Which of the above lines is a great cycle is asking. What is a great cycle? Great cycle is one, if you have Earth, it will travel completely around the Earth. For example, if you see equator is at 0 degree latitude, it's a great circle because it covers the Earth completely. It will cover the Earth circumference completely. 360 degree it will cover equator. If you see Tropic of Cancer, it is 23.5 degree north circle above the equator. It is not a great circle. Next you have prime meridian. See, prime meridians are semicircle. Prime meridians are semicircles. They'll come from ear to ear. Okay, and another line will come from backwards. So they are 90 degrees. They are 180 degree. They are not 360 degrees. So prime meridian is not considered a greater circle. Prime meridian is not considered a great circle. So the answer is 3 only, or 1 pair. If it's a UPSC examination, pairs are also introduced. Here options are there. Okay, you know Tropic of Cancer is not there, so 1 and 2 is wrong. You'll end up with this. Then equator is complete 360 degree, you know. If you have doubts also, you'll end up with 50-50. Whether prime meridian is a great circle or not. Prime meridian is a semi-line. Since it's not a complete circle, that also is not considered a great circle. Answer is option 3. UPSC, in its official key answer, it has given answer 3. Okay, a great circle divides the earth into 2 equal halves. Okay, it will cut. Now, the equator will cut the earth into northern and southern part. But the prime meridian is a semicircle, only 180 degree it will travel, not 360 degree. So let's go to next question very quickly. 87th. Which of the following is the correct ascending order of the given minerals in terms of presence in the Earth's crust? Earth is made up of several concentric layers, my friends, you know. It's made up of crust, okay, top layer of crust, then you have mantle, then you have core. So you have to know the layers of Earth, and there are disjoints between these points. Okay, you have to know about the disjoints or discontinuities. Okay, there are Meoric. Okay, there is a layman's discontinuity. All these discontinuities are there. You have to revise that section, very important. And you should know what are the important materials it is made up of. What are the important minerals? With respect to ascending to descending, he has asked. Every year question will come from this area, one question. You have to know completely about this. So now we will see the question. Which of the following is the correct ascending order? That means from lower to higher percentage of the given minerals in terms of the presence in earth crust. See, in earth mantle it might be different. Earth core it might be different. So we'll see here in the earth crust. Amphibole, mica, pyroxene. Here mica is the least. Mica is the least and pyroxene is the highest. If you know this, you will be able to answer. So mica is the least. 2 will be the least. 2 will be the least. Okay, this you can eliminate. See, this is the eliminate option 1. If you know at least mica is the least, then you can come with the A or C option. Because first option amphibole, here also amphibole he has given. So you can easily eliminate B and D. Then if you know pyroxene is the highest, you will be able to end up with the answer. So you should know which is the highest material mineral and which is the lowest mineral with respect to earth crust, earth mantle, earth core. For example, earth core is made up of knife, nickel and ferrous, nickel and iron. That is the highest percentage. You should know again in that what are the mineral breakup. That it is present in the geography or 11th and 12th text. Revise this area. This is the second important thing. So here option is C, 2, 1, 3. Okay, ascending order. Mica first, then amphibole as the highest, then pyroxene. Pyroxene is the highest content in the Earth's crust. Clear? Likewise, they can ask with respect to atmosphere, the gases also and water also. Okay. Next important topic is important gases. Okay, ascending to descending or descending to ascending. They can ask. Next, water, fresh water. Okay. Where it is present? Which is the highest percentage of fresh water? This area also you have to study. See, this is not a class where we will teach every topic, but I am pointing out where questions will come in the next cycle of the NDA examination. That is April 12th examination, where the question might come up. So you have to be ready, my friends. Next, which of the following are the applied forces in mechanical weathering process? See, geography is about building and destruction. Building and destructions. Okay, there can be mountain building. Okay, there can be destruction. Mountain building can happen due to earthquakes, due to plate movements. Okay, Earth is made up of several plates, right? Major plates and minor plates. Plates movement might cause earthquakes and might lead to mountain building. Okay, building of new features. However, these features will be going through destruction or denudation through weathering, through mass movement. Mass movement. Weathering agents are borne by sun's, okay, sun's effects or applications like water, like air movement, like snow movement melting in desert, waves action. All this leads to weathering. Here is asking about mechanical weathering, types of weathering. Weathering can be mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, weathering happening due to biological activities, right? Biology means the animals, plants, if they burrow in the stones, it can weather that stone also. Now he is asking about mechanical weathering. Question might come about mass movement. Question might come about chemical weathering. So weathering and mass movement becomes very important thing. Okay. Building, okay, dystrophism, it is also called dystrophism. Destruction or denudation, the agents are weathering and mass movements. These two themes, okay, with respect to building and with respect to destructions become very important in the geography. So question is gravitational force, expansion force, forces due to water pressure. Which of the following are mechanical weathering process, not chemical? Gravitational force, yes, because gravity can pull the stones down and it can break away. Expansion force, for example, if rock, okay, if water enters due to anomalous expansion, right, thermal expansion also. Due to thermal expansion, what happens? Rocks will loosen and it forms a fissure. So expansion force also leads to mechanical weathering. Force due to water pressure. This is just thermal heating. If water is there, it will increase it will exacerbate the process. That means it quickens the process of mechanical weathering. So these are all the agents or applications used in mechanical weathering in the nature. So answer is option D. What are chemical weathering? For example, there is nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide mixed with water. It will become weak sulfuric acid and nitric acid. If nitric acid works on the rocks, okay, that is chemical weathering. Okay, that is chemical weathering. If carbon dioxide mixed with water, carbonic acid forms. If that acid disintegrates the rock, that also leads to chemical weathering. So I hope you have understood this topic. Next question we'll see which of the following is our cold and hot ocean currents. See, very important. Oceanic currents is one of the important themes. So in geography, okay, you have theoretical geography where it explains the origin of first universe, Earth, okay, the building of Earth, the destruction of Earth, geomorphic processes, all this explained in theoretical geography. Then you have Indian geography. There also it explains theoretical geography as well as, okay, the application, the economic geography. Where are our, for example, ores and minerals. Okay. Human settlements. Important rivers, forests, okay, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, all these parts of Indian geography. Mountains, rivers, passes, all from these questions can come. And also you have human geography. Human geography, for example, population, okay, industries, okay, some of the important reports with respect to geography, human geography, economical geography, questions will arise. This is briefly the syllabus which I am telling you. So the questions will come out of 20 questions, 7-8 questions will come from theoretical, around 7-8 questions come from Indian geography. Indian geography linked to human geography will come another 5-6 questions. So around 20 questions will come from 3 main important topics which you have to be ready with, my friends. Now we'll be continuing with the oceanic currents. This is again theoretical geography. Okay. So you have to know across the globe, okay, across the globe, you have cold ocean currents and you have warm ocean currents. If you just Google it, you will get this, and every NDA examination, one question is asked with respect to oceanic currents. Here he has asked which of the following is our cold ocean currents. This you just by heart, if you remember it, 2 marks is, okay, sorry, for one question right is yours. So Alaska current, North Atlantic drift, west wind drift. Which of the following are cold oceanic currents? Okay, if you have studied geography, if you are a student or if you have just seen the image, you will be knowing Alaska current is a warm ocean current. North Atlantic drift is a warm ocean current. Only west wind drift is a cold ocean current. Okay, in UPSC civil surveys, in CAPF, CDS, NDA, every year these questions will get repeated. So just see this. Okay, cold ocean current and hot ocean currents, which are those? So here answer is only 3. Understood, my friends? The themes are very important here. We are decoding 3 themes through PYQs. Which one of the following latitudes will experience a minimum angle of the sun rays when it's summer solstice in the northern hemisphere? So what is summer solstice? You have to know there is 2 concepts. One is Earth's rotation. And one more is Earth revolution around the sun. Around the sun, Earth's revolution. So day and night, okay, 24 hours, day and night is caused by Earth's rotation. 12 hours, okay, it might not be 12 exactly, but 12-hour day, 12-hour night, right? That is caused by the rotation of the Earth around its axis. However, revolution will give us the seasons. We have rainy season, summer season, winter season, and the season has one temperature, right? Now in India it is summer. Why? Because we are facing northern, okay? Northern hemisphere is facing summer solstice. Summer solstice. Here, March you have equinox, something called equinox. That is equal day, equal night. March 19, 20, it will be there. June, okay, Earth will be like this. June 21st or 22nd you have summer solstice. That is the northern hemisphere gets the maximum light. Again, September you have equinox. And December you have winter solstice. That is the northern hemisphere gets the least light and the southern hemisphere will get the summer light. Here December winter solstice. Here the question asked is which one of the following latitudes will experience a minimum angle of the sun rays when it's summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. When it is summer solstice, the northern hemisphere will be lit with sunlight and the maximum angle of sun rays is on Tropic of Cancer. Here he has asked minimum angle. Minimum angle will be on southern pole, then Antarctic Circle, then Tropic of Capricorn. You see in this okay order. Is southern pole is there? No. Is Antarctic Circle there? No. Is Tropic of Capricorn there? Yes, that will be the answer. On June 21st, the northern hemisphere will get the maximum light. That too, Tropic of Cancer will get the maximum light, and Arctic Circle, no, 6 months it will be filled with completely light in the northern hemisphere. It will become ulta in the December month when it is winter solstice. That is, the northern hemisphere will receive less light and southern hemisphere will receive more light. Here the order is South Pole gets very less light, then Antarctic Circle will get less light, then Tropic of Capricorn will get less inclination. Here the option among the options, Tropic of Capricorn is the answer. Understood? You have to understand rotation concept, revolution. I have briefly explained what is this, but you have to revise these things and the questions will be coming every year from this theme also. Now we'll see the next question, question number 91. Which of the following statements with reference to Coriolis forces are correct? See, there are something called planetary winds. That blows 365 days 24/7. Okay. All that time it blows around the earth. There are planetary winds blowing. This also, if you have studied, you will be able to answer 1-2 questions every year in the NDA examination. So these themes become very important. One of the force asked every year is about Coriolis force. See, Coriolis force is an imaginary force. It creates when an object starts moving. When object gets velocity, for example, in physics, you might have frictional force, right? When object starts moving, you have frictions. Tire, the circular shape has the less friction compared to block or square or rectangle, right? Same way, when object starts moving, okay, when it gains velocity, there is some force called Coriolis force acting on that body. Here, he has asked about the properties of the Coriolis force. My friends. So, what is Coriolis force? In Earth, Coriolis force increases as you move away from the equator. First, you should know that away from the equator. This is northern hemisphere. This is southern hemisphere. Coriolis force is zero. At equator. And as you move away from the equator towards North Pole or towards southern hemisphere, Coriolis forces also increases. What happens in Coriolis force is it tends to move right. It tends to move right in the northern hemisphere and it tends to move left. If you are going like this, it tends to move left in the southern hemisphere. At the equator, it is zero. This much you have to remember. And the pressure gradient say at the equator you have low pressure. And at the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn you have high pressure. You know always, okay, any liquid or any air, okay, move from high pressure to low pressure. Whenever high pressure to low pressure it is moving in the northern hemisphere, it tends to go right. So high pressure to low pressure, for example, if you see in the northern hemisphere, if it is coming, Coriolis force will try to make the object or the wind move right like this. So now see the statement. Which of the following statements with reference to Coriolis forces are correct? It is perpendicular to pressure gradient force. Pressure gradient force is high pressure to low pressure. See, it is moving like this. Coriolis force will try to make it move right. So this is what? Perpendicular. It tends to move perpendicular to the pressure gradient force. Is it right? Yes, it tends to move perpendicular or making a 90-degree angle to the pressure gradient, high pressure to low pressure. Okay, this is the pressure gradient, but it tends to move perpendicular. It is zero at the equator and winds blow perpendicular to isobars. There are some concepts here called isobars, okay, where equal pressure areas, okay, this is not chemistry isobars, okay, isotopes and isobars are different in chemistry, but in geography these are equal pressure areas. Okay, isotherms are there if temperature are same. Isotherms, if pressure is same, those dotted areas are called isobars. Zero at the equator, which I already told you about Coriolis force, and since it is zero, winds blow perpendicular between the isobars. Okay, perpendicular to isobars. So both statement 1 and 2 are the prime characteristics of Coriolis force. Answer is 1 and 2. Guys, if you don't know this concept and if you have not read leave it. Don't try to guess, because geography is a technical subject among humanities. So you have to have the idea of this concept. So I briefly explained about this concept. Know about planetary winds. Okay, very important. So what are the pressure areas? Which are the high pressure areas? Which are the low pressure areas? Where is wind blowing? Okay, and how monsoon winds, okay, how winds are helping to create monsoon in India becomes one very important thing. Revise that part of your notes, and if you don't have notes in NCERT, revise that part of the topic. Next, we'll go to next question. Which of the following statements with reference to sleet are correct? See, fog, sleet. Okay, all these are various, rain, precipitation, right? All these are various types of precipitation. Various types of precipitation. Various types of precipitation. Okay, rain, sleet, fog. Okay, ice rain also you can see. Okay, ice is falling. All these are various types of precipitation. Here he has asked about sleet formation. How sleets are formed. It can be smog. Okay, how fog is formed, how smog is formed. Smog is nothing but ozone. Okay, pollution mixed with fog will be smog. Question has come in UPSC with respect to smog also, linking environment with geography. Now question is about sleet. Which of the following statements with reference to sleet are correct? Sleet is formed due to frozen raindrops or refrozen snow water. That is correct. Frozen raindrops or refrozen. Snow is becoming water and again it is refrozen to snow will form sleet. Sleet occurs when below freezing air overlies a warm layer near ground. See what he is saying? When below freezing air overlies a warm layer. Warm layer is there. Above that, okay, below freezing, okay, less than 0 degrees Celsius. Below freezing layer lies on a warm layer. This is the classical logical trap kept by UPSC. And this is also a concept. If warm layer upon warm layer, frozen layer is formed, what happens? Okay, the sleet or the snow will melt because warm layer has more energy, thermal energy. It will melt the freezing layer. Always it is ulta. When freezing layer, above that warm layer settles, warm layer cools down and the temperature is absorbed by the freezing layer, forming a sleet. So statement 2 is given ulta. Here answer is only 1. Sleet consists of ice pellets. Statement 2 is incorrect because sleet requires a warm layer above a freezing layer near the ground. Okay, you need freezing layer below, then warm layer above. Here the statement is reversed. So answer will be option 1. Understand the various types of precipitation that is occurring is an important theme in NDA examination. Next, climates also are very important. World climates and Indian climates becomes very important with respect to NDA examination. So we'll see this question. Humid subtropical climate. You know already tropical region, temperate region, right? As I told you, about Tropic of Cancer, equator, equatorial region, Tropic of Cancer, tropical region. Okay. Between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle is the temperate region. Same with respect to southern. Okay. Then you have arid region, the desert region, the cold region, cold desert region in the south after Antarctic Circle. Okay. Antarctic Circle to South Pole here, North Pole here. Okay. These are the very broad classification with respect to climate. Here, humid subtropical climate is not experienced in which of the following regions. You see which of the countries are not in between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic or Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Coastal South Africa, east coast of Australia, South Japan, southern Argentina. If you have seen Argentina, Chile, all these are very cold deserts and subtropical, not tropical, subtropical, very humid climate. Humid means, okay, the atmosphere has moisture. If you see coastal South Africa, it has laden with moisture. So not, it is a humid subtropical. East coast of Australia is also laden with moisture. This is also subtropical. South Japan also subtropical. If you see very dry but cold arid region is experienced in Argentina, and this is not a humid subtropical climate. If you have understanding of the what are the type of climate and what are its characteristics, 1 or 2 question is marks is yours. So humid subtropical climate is not, is southern Argentina. Answer is option D. Next, important peaks, I already told you. Okay, Indian mapping is very important. Rivers, mountains, passes, peaks. Okay, any new current affairs geography, that also becomes linked to static geography, becomes very important. Mahendragiri, the highest peak of Eastern Ghats, is located in which state? Western Ghats, which is the highest peak. Okay, Aravalli Hills, which is the highest peak. Our mountains are there, no? Which is the highest Indian mountain peak? We know Mount Everest is the highest mountain. Okay, which are the other mountains in India? Which is the highest peak? You have to know. All this mapping you have to do in NCERT. You have to go through thoroughly. Mahendragiri is the highest peak in Eastern Ghats. Which one? If you know direct answer, it is Odisha. Option B. So the theme here is mapping. And which are the important mapping which I told you? You have to revise. Go through that. Next question. Temperate forests of South India known as sholas are also found in which of the following hills? Annamalai, Nilgiris, Palani. See, sholas are the forest that is found in Western Ghats region in southern part of India. Okay, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala border. These region temperate forests called sholas are found after the evergreen forest. So these are found in the valleys of all this region, all these hills, Annamalai, Nilgiris, Palani. So answer will be all of the above. Forests, okay. Where are the Indian forests, Indian hills? Again, the questions are linked with that topic. So answer will be option D. Go through this. This PDF will be uploaded in our Telegram channel. So subscribe there. Okay. Join our Telegram channel. Subscribe our YouTube channel also. Next question. As per the annual report 23-24 of the Ministry of Mines, which of the following states are the major producer of copper in the country? So, important report with respect to minerals, that too critical or very important minerals. Okay, copper, gold, iron, aluminium, lithium nowadays, okay, bauxite, all these are important and will be asked in the question. Critical minerals, okay, land reports, forest reports, if any tribal reports are there, tribals, all this will be asked very briefly on the surface layer. So just Google it, Google the reports, important reports that have been there in the news, and just see which are the important states, which are the important minerals that are mined in the states with respect to land, with respect to forest, with respect to agricultural land. All these questions will come every year in the India examination. Now, the question asked is copper, which are the important states produced. Okay, states that produce the copper. Rajasthan, you know, K3 copper mine is a very famous mine, British period mine. So if Rajasthan, if you know, you can eliminate option D. In other 3 pairs, you have Rajasthan. So this is a tricky question if you don't know the other state. The other state is Madhya Pradesh. You have Madhya Pradesh called Malanjkhand, which is also a biggest copper mine, along with the Rajasthan's K3. Rajasthan K3 and Madhya Pradesh Malanjkhand. So these are not any concept oriented but facts. You have to know and you have to answer. Here answer is option B, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. So what I discussed the themes now, that you have to focus and revise, my friends. Next, question 97. Bacho, which one among the following is not a major oil field? So asked is not a major oil field located in Gujarat. You know, more than 80%, almost 90% of our crude oil, natural gas, right, even LNG, LPG, our LPG is imported. Now Iran war is happening and we are facing shortage of natural gas, okay, LPG gas, crude oil also, right? And very less we have oil fields where we are extracting crude oil, petroleum and gas. One mainly in Gujarat, Mumbai, offshore, okay? In Karnataka, Narmada Basin, okay? Kaveri, Narmada Basin you have. And you have in Assam. In India, if you see, you have in these regions. You have in these regions, Mumbai, Gujarat, okay, Assam, Narmada, Kaveri Basin. In these basins, you have with respect to crude oil, okay, and gas. So here he has asked, which of the following is not a major oil field located in Gujarat? If you know which are the oil fields in Gujarat, then you will be able to eliminate. Ankaleshwar, Kosamba, Mehsana and Moran. See, Moran is an oil field in Assam. This is a very factual one. Only if you have mapped it, all the oil fields, all the mineral resources, natural gas fields, okay, uranium deposits, lithium deposits, if you have mapped Indian map, then you will be able to answer. Here, answer is option D, Moran. It is not a major field located in Gujarat. Rest, Ankaleshwar, Kosamba and Mehsana are the oil fields in Gujarat. This is in Assam. So we'll go to next question. As per the C, again, land revenue records, okay, important, schemes, records, okay, reports, questions are coming. Any land is categorized as culturable wasteland if it is left fallow, that is uncultivated for more than, okay, it's a direct fact-based question. As per land revenue records, any land is categorized culturable wasteland and if it is left fallow for more than it is 5 years. If it is not cultivated, if no crop is grown more than 5 years, it will be considered as culturable wasteland. That is, you can do farming, but it has left to waste. So culturable wasteland. You should know other terminologies. Other terms, okay, Google it, that is your job, and comment, write in the comment section with respect to other terms, with respect to classification of land. Whether cultivable, uncultivable, left fallow, you have to answer. So this also is one of the important report asked. You saw the mining report. Now land revenue report, forest report, energy report, renewable energy it can be. So questions will come from this kind of reports. Next, which one of the among the following is not included in the National Food Security Mission commercial crop? Okay, National Food Security Mission is one of the flagship mission of the central government. Here, with respect to commercial crop, which one of the following is not included in NFSM, okay, National Food Security Mission? Cotton, coffee, jute, sugarcane. If you see, these are all cotton, jute, sugarcane, all these are fiber crops. Okay, especially jute and cotton industry is used in cloths. And you might have heard always sugarcane is in news, okay, with respect to Karnataka, Tamil Nadu farmers, in UP also, okay, sugarcane is in news. This is also one of the important commercial crop. But if you see, coffee is a plantation crop. coffee, banana, even though it has a commercial value, it is not included in food security. Commercial food security, commercial crop security includes cotton, jute, because many people are dependent on the textile. For the textile, you need fiber. Fiber is derived from jute and cotton. And one of the important crop where commercial farmers are dependent on commercial crop is sugarcane. Coffee is not so much, thus it is not included in National Food Security Mission. Coffee, tea are grown in very specific part of the country. For example, more than 90% of the coffee is grown in Karnataka region, Karnataka, Kerala, Western Ghats region, and few in Assam region. Otherwise, coffee is not grown throughout the country. But if you see cotton, jute, sugarcane is grown in major areas in the country. Clear? And those are all industrial crops also. Now we'll see, steel plant. They have asked to, identify ID, which is the steel plant asked in the, with respect to statements. It was set up in 1964 with Russian collaboration. As I told, mapping important steel industries, the rivers linked to it, the ores, what are the mining, what are the important minerals, steel, aluminium, iron, bauxite, mica, all this becomes very important. Copper, we saw, gold, silver, all this will be very important. It was done with respect to Russian collab. Iron ore from Rourkela region, is used to make steel, and water and power from Damodar Valley Corporation. So Damodar Valley is in where? Jharkhand. And Jharkhand steel plant is, Bokaro. If you are able to connect in UPSC, in NDA examination, if you are able to connect one topic with other, you will be able to get the answer. Now your work is to see Bhilai steel plant. The question in 2026 April might be with respect to Bhilai steel plant or Rourkela steel plant, or it can be Durgapur steel plant. So know about the options also. Here answer is option B. First you have to map all the important minerals and you have to know about the options asked in NDA exam also. Clear, my friends? Next. An offshore terminal at Vadinar has been developed to reduce pressure from which of the following major ports in India? First of all, you have to know about major ports. How many major ports are there in India? Which are the important ports linked with majority of the crude oil, bulk transit container, all this you have to know. Which is the biggest port, biggest natural port, biggest man-made port, which is the private port, which is the first private port, you have to know with respect to major port. Here it was a current affairs question. An offshore terminal at Vadinar has been developed to reduce pressure from which of the following? It is Kandla port. Kandla port is in Gujarat. And to reduce the pressure, it was in news in last year 2025. So offshore port at Vadinar was developed. Now your work is to know about Cochin port. What are its features? Marmugao port. Where is it? What are its characteristics, features? New Mangalore port. This also you have to know, and you have to map all the majority ports and distinct UPSC news or current affairs news with respect to the majority ports. Understood? Chalenge, bachcho, next question pe. We'll see next question. As per the forest report, ISFR, Indian Standard Forest Report, every 2 years this report is released. So 2021, so the question has come, which Himalayan state has the highest percentage of its geographical area? He has not asked the absolute percentage. He has asked if state is under, which has the highest. For example, one state has 70% as forest area, one has 80 of its area, not the total forest area. Then this 80% state which has 80% will have the highest forest with respect to geographical area of that state. So options are Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand. What is the answer here? Very tricky question. Answer was Sikkim. Sikkim is the correct answer. It has around 70 to 75% of its total geographical area as forest area. If you see in the volume, Arunachal, see Arunachal Pradesh is the biggest state also with respect to Himalayan states given here. Obviously forest cover, if it is 40% also, if you see the total area covered in terms of absolute term, Arunachal Pradesh will be the highest. But if it is a ratio of forest area with respect to the total state area, then Sikkim is the highest. Answer will be option C here. But if he has asked absolute term, then Arunachal Pradesh will be the answer. So you have to know already mineral report, land report, forest report, energy report of the previous, okay, 25, 26 becomes important. Just Google it, write down the important states. It's not going beyond the states. Which are the states that are producing major solar energy, major wind energy? Which are the states having highest forest with respect to percentage of their total area? Total forest area, how much? Those type of questions are repeated again and again. Next. So, one of the important geomorphological or geographical topics are volcanism, volcanoes, earthquakes, rock cycle, rock formation and rock cycles. See, these are the important themes where 1 to 2 questions come every year in India examination. So here he has asked about L waves or long waves. In earthquakes, you have primary waves and you have secondary waves. And you have surface waves. Surface waves are also called L waves or long waves. So now we will see, based on this, they follow the Earth's circumference. Yes, they are surface waves and they follow the Earth's top crust circumference, clear. They travel at more or less at a constant rate. Yes, since solid is there, okay, they will travel at almost a constant rate. Here answer is both 1 and 2. These are L waves or surface waves. They move along the Earth's outer circumference and maintain a relatively steady speed. And they are the most destructive waves. Okay, surface waves, L waves are the most destructive waves. This was also asked in UPSC. Most destructive waves are which one? Is it primary, secondary or surface waves? It is surface or L waves, long waves are most destructive. Clear? Next, which one of the following is formed when volcanic ash is carried by running water and is deposited as a sediment layer? See, I told one is building process, one is destruction process. When the material is destructed, again it will go and deposit somewhere. No, here it is asking which one of the following is formed when volcanic ash is carried by running water and is deposited as a sediment layer. Is it basalt? Is it lapilli? Is it flake? Or is it tuff? When volcanic ash is washed by water and it forms a sediment layer, it is called tuff. Answer me, when volcanic rock, okay, lava flows, when it forms, what will be the answer? Okay, answer me in the comment section. What is the answer? Okay, it can be basalt. Okay, those are also called igneous rocks. Igneous rocks. It can be inside the Earth's surface or above the Earth's surface. Okay, it can be inside or intrinsic igneous rock or extrinsic igneous rock. With respect to rocks formed due to sedimentation, due to high pressure, okay, all these are important. So go through the options and see what types of rock they are. What is slate, what is lapilli also, you make sure you know, because NDA in UPSC can ask in the this year with respect to these options. Clear? Condensation of water vapor is influenced by which of the following? Condensation of water vapor is influenced by which of the following is the question? Volume of air, humidity, temperature. So what is condensation of water vapor? Water vapor is converting into water, gaseous state to liquid state. It is condensing. Okay. Ulta is evaporation. Water to water vapor is evaporation. Water vapor to forming water is condensation. Does it depend on the volume of air? Yes. If air expands, if volume expands, then water vapor will cool down to become water. Humidity? Yes. Humidity is the amount of moisture. And temperature? Yes. If temperature reduces, it will convert. Latent heat will be gone and it will convert from water vapor to water. Therefore, all the three factors will play a role in condensation and it influences the condensation of water vapor. So, bachcho, make sure this PPT you go through. It will be given in our Telegram channel. Download it, go through the options, and whatever themes I have stressed upon, please revise. And I am sure out of 20 you will be able to answer maximum questions by going through these topics and revising in your notes. If you don't have notes, revise in the NCERT books as of now. Now what you have to do is make sure you subscribe to our channel. Okay, join the Telegram, bookmark this playlist. Now geography will also cover history along with this. See you again in the next class. Take care.